Hi everyone, so today I'm gonna show you the template of Notion that I am using for learning languages. In this case, I am using it for learning French. Let's start with the basic things that we always see in a Notion template. The first one is the clock that of course you have on the computer, but for me at least is like easier to concentrate if I have this. The next thing is a playlist of Spotify that I create by myself without lyrics, but you can add any type of playlist. Next one, I have this, which with different backgrounds and also different font. It's very nice just to have it there. And then I have a Pomodoro that has short and long break. This really helped me a lot because I just cannot work without time. I just need to organize it every part of my time. So this type of widgets, like this one and also the clock, you can add them from this website and are totally free. You have a lot of options. Now also we have here some goals and resources and notes. What I have here on resources are first of all apps. This one is for, it's especially to talk with native people, and it's like Facebook but for learning languages. This one is very useful for grammar, at least for me, and this one is very useful for listening. But I am also practicing with these 3 applications too, and I think I want to add some more, but so far these are the most importance. Now also I have here websites. This one is my favorite, but each one is very useful, from suggestions to see the vocabulary, grammar, listening, speaking, and practicing any type of skills that I need for learning French. Also here we have some PDFs that comes from the grammar to just phrases that I need. PDFs that I think are very necessary for learning the language. And I like to have it in this way because I can visualize in an easier way what PDF I need, like for that specific moment. Another thing is YouTube channels. This first channels are useful for practicing skills, but I also like these 2 girls, Your Best French and Piece of French, because they do blogs in French that I think is easier for me to practice my listening. Like, even if I don't understand like the 90% of what they're saying, I think that helps me to involve in that language. So if you want to practice listening or even speaking, sometimes can work the language that you are learning, I really recommend to practice with this type of videos, with simple videos of the daily life. And the last thing that I have in resources are the APA that I think many people don't like to just memorize this type of structure to practice pronunciation, but I think it's very important because if you can understand this, I think you can understand more languages, more about the pronunciation in general languages. So I really recommend you at least for French to sound more like a native person. And then also I have here my weekly tracker with every skill, and if I have done the skill, I just have here, and you can see here the progress, or I can add here some notes. So going to the skills and sub-skills, let's start with grammar. What I have in grammar, it is something very general, like goals and notes for this sub-skill. And I also have divided by topics from A1 to C1. All these topics with status. If I have learned the topic, or I have to review, or do I have to learn? And I also have date. This really helps me because if I realize that I haven't seen this topic since a lot of time, maybe I just need a review and I need to change it on stats. Now, going to vocabulary, I have something very similar, but I also have here the alphabet. In this case, we have here greetings. And what I recommend you to do is to practice vocabulary like in this way. Example, let's write this word. Then you can change it or turn into a toggle list. Then you just write the meaning here and you hide what is the meaning of this word. Also, you can add some games, videos, or even PDFs to record your vocabulary. But in a general way, what I like to have is this one, like to know what specific topic I need to learn. Then I have here reading. That again is divided by levels. What I have here is that I will want to practice from websites. In this case, I also, in each exercise, I like to, things to improve. For example, here I have add from my Notion template this thing that I need to improve. I also have here some new words that I need to learn. And then I also have this section to read books. One classic and very known book, this one. And I have like what type of level is this, the gender, opinion, and I have to read. Oh, I haven't read it. Also have here some new words that maybe I didn't know the meaning, the translation, and I have this one too. I think it's very important because maybe I just wrote the word, but I never learned it. Like, yeah, I'm just going to add it, or I knew the meaning at the moment, but then I just forgot it. So, but that's for me is too important. So what we have in writing, it's something very similar to reading. You just can practice from a website and things that you need to improve, or words that you couldn't write well in the exercise of the website. Or even you can create your own examples. For example, here, write about your favorite singer, You're gonna write here in the language you are learning, and again, the things that you need to improve or words that you wanted to express but you didn't know the meaning, or you couldn't write well. Then speaking, here we have two things too. First of all, again, from a website, words that you need to pronounce better and maybe some notes that you need to add, but also you can practice by yourself. Here I add to you in the template where you can add this very important tool of Notion to practice your speaking. And as I'm learning English too, I'm going to add an example about describing myself. Just adding dictate. Hello, my name is Janina. I'm 23 years old. And you just can talk and talk. Another thing I like about this section is sounds. One of my favorite sounds right now is of Video Club. Well, actually Video Club is my favorite duo, even if they don't sing anymore as a duo. I have here the level of what I think, my opinion of the song, and I have to learn or not. I have here two things. First of all, the official video, and second, the instrumental. Like, if I want to practice without listening them, I just going to have here the instrument. And also I have here the lyrics and words to improve the pronunciation. Then I can practice here just writing the lyrics, some notes and new words that I didn't know, and I'm learning with this song. Lastly, we have here listening. What I like to add here in this section is YouTube videos from our website and also podcast that maybe you can say like a podcast of A1 level. Well, yeah, have lesson French, and I think the most of the language have this. They are not going to speak only in your Go language, but they are going to speak in, for example, what I found in English, and then help you also with French, telling you some phrases, basic phrases that you need for every day, etc. And I have here again the section of songs, because it is a song you need to listen. I also have here the section of movies and also series. That actually I haven't seen this one too, but everyone says that it's a good series, so I need to see it. And of course I have this section that is very important for me with subtitles that I think is the best level that you can have just watching the series without help. Subtitles in all language and subtitles in native language. That of course this is for beginners. So basically this is the template. It's, as you said, very simple, very easy to use. It doesn't have too much like graphics or complex things that we usually see in Notion. And that's everything for today. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.